What's up, fellow YouTubers? So before I pass out for the evening, I figured let's make a quick little gender relations video. Because by now I'm pretty sure that a lot of my fans are going to be sick of hearing me talk about gender relations. Well, quite honestly, I'm sick and tired of the way the dating scene is in our society anymore, so I'm going to continue to talk about it until we start seeing some improvements. I got 16K subscribers, so I can be a bit of an influence. Just a bit. Now, women, the first thing they notice about a man is how he looks. And guys do that shit too, but when guys do it, we get called pigs. And usually it never fails. You can tell when a chick finds a dude attractive versus when she doesn't. When she doesn't find that dude attractive and she gets flowers from him, it's going to be, why are they sending me flowers? What a creep, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, if they find that person attractive, their tone of voice is going to be a lot different. It's going to be like, oh my god, they sent me flowers, yes. One of the biggest problems we have with gender relations is the hypocrisy of the genders. Gender-based hypocrisy is what I like to call it, and it's the truth. Women and men giving each other shit for the exact same thing the opposite gender does. For example, women like to give men shit for just using them for sex, but guess what? Women do that crap too. Oh yeah, women are just as guilty of using men for sex as men are to women. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, that first impression being how they look. Does it do anything for you? You know, that's initially what it draws romance from the adults in the crowd, you know? Oh, if you're at your college dance or what have you, and you go there with your buddies and you see a chick across the room just standing there by herself looking awkward. So you walk up to her and ask her to dance. So you do it. Be a gentleman about it. Another thing that doesn't help with gender relations in any way, shape, or form are gender-based double standards. Between the hypocrisy and the double standards and the assholes. That's the trifecta right there. You see, double standards are the double standards that have been placed upon the genders. Women are allowed to check out men, but if men check out women, we're pigs. Now, trust and belief. she may check you out. She may be a bit more quiet and reserved about it. But behind closed doors, if she thought you were hot shit, she's gonna tell anyone who will listen to her, OMG, I just saw the hottest. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. That's because society has taught women, society has brainwashed women that if they're openly obnoxious with their flirting, just like men, that it's not very ladylike. And I'm just like, oh, come on. You know how many girls out there would love to be more direct with their flirting? You know, because this is where we get confused in the dating scene. Women have been conditioned to think that men want mind games and bullshit. No, we don't. As a guy, I can tell you right now that when a woman's playing mind games and hard to get, it's frustrating. And if she likes you, then she should just hook up with you. You know? Instead of beating around the bush and bullshitting. And truth be told, some people just don't know what they want. And when you don't know what you want, it can be hard to figure out. Yeah. And then, of course, on top of the double standards, you have the assholes. Between the hypocrisy of the dating scene, the double standards of our society, and the assholes on the dating scene. And just the assholes in general that are amongst the genders. It's the kind of thing that gives women and men a bad name, YouTube. You know, and that's just it. We've seen it happen multiple times. Some dude just encounters a bunch of assholes on the female side of it. Makes a lot of men say they're going on their own. If enough women have encountered enough assholes on the dating scene themselves, you'll hear a woman say she don't need no man in her life. No, she's a strong and independent woman. And then she'll whine on Twitter because she can't find a decent guy. It's like, well, make up your mind. I'll be a hypocrite for saying it too, because I've gone on social media and bitched about being single. But in my defense, I'm a sexy goth stud. I'm a YouTube celebrity. I respect women. I'm great with animals. I'm great with old people. I have a lot of attractive qualities, and yet somehow, at this point, I've decided, like I said, the last couple of months, to focus on improving the gender relations. Instead of focusing on trying to get laid or trying to get a girlfriend, that will happen in due time. I'm more focused on trying to improve gender relations, so getting a girlfriend for someone like me becomes much, much easier. And not only that, but that also makes it easier for all of us, really. You watch a video where I talk about these gender relation issues. I've said it before on my channel, and I'll say it again. If women and men focused on what made them similar versus what makes them different, relating to one another would be a lot easier. And really, all you can do when it comes to the dating scene is wait patiently and play it smooth. And focus on the good qualities you have. And if you can fix the bad qualities, try to at least. One of the bad qualities I possessed was a nasty temper. And it's gotten 1,000 times better. I mean, when I get pissed off about something, I'll get mad about it, but then I won't carry on for like 10 minutes. You know. I mean, anger is a natural human reaction. However, I feel like my temper's gotten 1,000 times better. Granted, I still get mad sometimes, but that's regrettably human nature. And for starters, one of the things that women and men have in common is both genders get crap. If men have a temper, they get seen as a typical violent male. If women have a temper, it's, oh, what are you on your period or something? Jeez, look at that crazy bitch, you know? It's ridiculous, YouTube. I'm serious, YouTube. Chicks will go for the guys they find attractive physically. But if men do the same thing, we get called pigs. There's nothing wrong with that physical attraction. However, if that's all you see in the person is the way they look or how much money they got, then that is pretty shallow. So, my advice for those of you on the dating scene is go for people that are close to your age that you find attractive. Go for looks. Go for the looks first because you can't see personality, and you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Looks can be deceiving. So, upon first glance, you see a member of the opposite sex that you find attractive. They're checking you out across the room. You're checking them out. So, yeah, one of you's going to have to make that first move and break the ice, so to speak. Yeah. I may be autistic, but I've learned to pick up on a couple of social cues when women find you attractive. And if I play my autism like I don't know what the fuck they're doing and I ignore it, women will try twice as hard to get me to notice them. Because to women, if you act like you give a shit, they're like, oh, putty in my hands. But if you act like you don't care, dude, they'll flock to you. That's why if you're going to the bar to try to get laid, it's not going to work. Unless you get some nasty bar skank, but 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work. So what you do instead is you go to the bar to have a fun time, have a couple drinks. You know, if you see a chick in a bar that you want to buy a drink for, just point her out to the bartender and have him put a drink of her choice on your tab. She orders whatever drink she wants. You give her a salute, a cheers, a salacha across the room. And if she wants to come over and talk to you, she'll do it. Yeah. Excuse me. But when it comes to the dating scene, what attracts humans to each other? If you answered the way we look, you are correct. Looks are not everything, they're only half of it. If you could find someone where you like their personality just as much as you like the way they look, their beauty is a bonus. You can sit down and have a conversation with them. And you can't rush a good thing. Sometimes in life, if you're trying to make stuff happen, where there's a will, there's a way. If you want it bad enough, you can make it happen. That's just how it is, YouTube. Well, anyways, YouTube, like I said, you'll notice the way a woman carries herself when she's attracted to you and you send her flowers. She's gonna get excited and be all happy and full of joy. But if you're a dude she doesn't find attractive and you send her flowers, she's gonna be creeped out. You know? And some men might bitch and say, well, that's kind of an unfair standard. You know? Seems how we're the ones that are expected to buy the flowers and, you know. Well, you want to talk about unfair, my dude. Some of the shit women have to go through just because they're the female sex. And that's real talk. I guarantee you that if women and men switched roles in society, they would love the privileges that the opposite sex gets, but they'd hate being treated a certain way. And that's the truth of it. I feel like, yeah, a lot of women would love to have some of the privileges that men have in our society. But at the same time, if women got treated like men, they would hate it. They would. No one's there to care about your sympathy or your emotions or your emotional needs. They just tell you to suck it up and quit being a pussy. Because that's exactly how men get treated. If us men get punched in the balls, we're laughed at hysterically. It's seen as comedic relief. A dude racks himself and smashes his nuts or whatever, you know? Oof. And then if we show any emotion towards the incident, we're told to quit being a crybaby and suck it up. Yep. So here's a thought. Let's take the privileges that men have that women want and share it, and vice versa. Some of the privilege that women have that men want, let's share it. That's true gender equality right there, YouTube. You know, if women are to expect men to listen to all their emotional needs, then you gotta be there for your man when he's having his breakdown or his moments, you know? That's why relationships are 50-50. And there's nothing you can do about it other than try. No, but seriously, like, I see a lot of comedians. I subscribed to the Dry Bar YouTube channel, and sometimes I'll watch a bunch of stand-up comedians just one after another, and some of them are kind of funny. But I see a lot of comedians complaining about either being married or being single. One of the two. Right? And when it's a female comic complaining about being single, it's why can't she find a decent guy? Makes a joke about it. Everyone chuckles. When it's the single dude up on stage, his routine's much different, isn't it? It's always like, I don't know why girls think I'm a weirdo and blah 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 blah, blah, you know. The thing of it is I know I'm weird and I'm not going to change me for the world, you know? Now, my final piece of advice, respect those who respect you. You know, if you're on the dating scene and you're getting treated like shit by every person that you date, it can be very easy to not trust the genders or the dating scene. But it's like I said before, dating doesn't suck. People in society suck. But instead of taking responsibility for our part in this problem, we choose to use a scapegoat, which is blame dating. Instead of addressing the real issues, it's, oh, dating sucks and there's nothing you can do about it. Anyways, YouTube, thank you for watching this here night video. If you like the gender relations videos, hit the like button and subscribe for more. I'll catch you, Cool Cobras, next time.